Welcome back to No Man's Sky, everyone. Jason here, and we are continuing on with our base building series, and I'm pretty pumped up. So, we finally got the copper we needed, but we need to turn it into chromatic metal so we can start building some base stuff. So, what you need to do, or what we need to do, is we need to build a little refiner right here, so we have it. Once it's down, we're going to put some fuel in there. That way we can melt down. We can refine our copper. And let's pop that in there. Now you see we're going to get 67 copper and it's going to take 24 seconds. So let's do that real fast. And while we're doing that, let's actually look in our Discovery tab. So there's an ice planet right here. We have our high radio source. That's our radiation planet. But we have two other planets in our system. And I'm going to try to find a really good planet to put our base on. Because this is an okay planet, but it's really cold. And so we're going to constantly be dealing with freezing temperatures. And I don't want to do that. So I want to try to find a planet here, hopefully, that is really good. So we picked that up. Now let's put our portable refiner. And pick that up as well. But always remember, don't leave your portable refiner just chilling out there. So let's actually go and see what the other two planets are. Oh no, we don't have enough fuel for our launch thruster. Okay, so we don't have any fuel. We need some dihydrogen. Do we have that? Oh, we have dihydrogen. Okay, so we need metal plating as well. So we need ferrite dust. We should be okay. So what I'm going to do, what I'm planning on doing is, you see we have Starship launch fuel right here. We need 1 metal plating and 40 dihydrogen to make that. So let's actually, let's make our metal plating. So now we can make our launch fuel. So let's do that over here. Launch fuel right there. Good to go. So now we can refuel our launch thrusters. So let's pick it and drop it in there. Good to go. So now we're okay. But just remember that recipe. You're going to need a lot of that. Later on, we'll get to other materials that will refill it easier. But for right now, we're going to use that launch fuel. So let's check out these other planets we have in this system. I think that's where we came from. And sometimes you see how my cursor's over the planet, but it's not really working. You know, it took a second for it to pop up. You can actually solve that if you go... Press down on your D-pad, go all the way over to the gear, and switch over to first person. It'll always work a lot better in first person. This game was made for first person, so it seems like a lot of things work better if you're in first person. But we're going to scan this thing and see what it is. It's an overgrown planet. That's a positive. Overgrown planets are really good. Let's see what this other one is. So yeah, see how I can just barely move over and I can actually scan that one. So let's scan it. That's an empty planet, so that has no air. It's not going to have any plants. We don't want to deal with that one. So let's do the overgrown planet. It looks like it has yellow water and brown grass. And the other good thing about it is when you see that little chart, it says overgrown planet over on the right-hand side. And there's star bulbs, there's copper, there's paraffinium and silver. If you ever see anything that's activated, like activated copper or activated indium or anything like that, if there's an activated element, that means they have it's an extreme planet, and it's going to have extreme storms. And you don't want to be there, especially early on, because extreme weather will kill you super fast. But let's go land over here, and let's make our base. Break in the atmosphere. It might be purple, I think. We might have like a really deep purple. Let's see, once we get closer to the ground, everything will start popping in. It doesn't look bad over here. It does not look bad at all. Yeah, it's more of a brown. I was hoping for purple, like a really deep purple, but that doesn't look like it's the case. So, I always like having really like cool like beachfront property, or maybe a lake. Oh, that's not that deep though. We don't want a lake like that. We want a good lake. So let's find some really cool area. And also, I mean, if you could find a building around to park your base, your first base next to, it'll make your life a whole lot easier. So I'm going to try to find a building. Nope, not that one. That's just random buildings. We're looking for a minor settlement, and you'll know it because it has a landing pad connecting to it. I'm not going to search for too long, so if it takes forever, I'll just skip it and land somewhere. Oh, wait a minute. That's a drop pod. So, oh, I don't think we have the recipe, do we? We do not have the recipe yet for this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark this thing for myself later on. So, we're going to pop... Oh, I don't have that either. Dang it, I don't have anything. Oof. I can't even mark it. I wish. Okay, so when you're just starting out, these cool little pods, they will actually let you upgrade your inventory. But you need to fix it first. So if you see over here, we have to fix it. We have to have all these materials. And the one material, I'm not going to try to fix it because the one material I do not have is antimatter. You learn that recipe later on. And so there's no way I can fix it. I'd be able to do my ionized cobalt and this over here, my sodium and my oxygen. But I will never be able to do this antimatter until I get that blueprint. And so there's no way for me to fix it. Not yet. So, dang it. I can't believe it. We found a drop pod right early on, but I don't have the recipe yet, so I can't fix it. Dang it. Well, we're going to find some good property. Look at that. We just found our minor settlement, and this is what they look like. You're going to have a big old landing pad next to a building. And there's a cave right here. This is a really good location. This is a stellar location. Now, usually I try not to park on the landing pad because if I land my starship over on the grass, then other ships will come over here and land, and you might be able to find an upgraded ship. So I would recommend, it does cost you extra launching fuel. That kind of sucks, but you can have other ships land over here. So that's a benefit. We don't have very much money yet, so I'm not too worried about it. But I'm going to put my base computer right over here. So let's actually mark it off right there. Boom. So yeah, so once you put down your base computer, you can actually claim this area for your base. So let's do it. Searching cartographic archives to make sure no one else is... Like, you can't put a base computer next to someone else's base. Because they need to check the archives to make sure no one else has a base here. There's nothing else here. There's just a minor settlement, which is okay with me. So let's claim it. And I saw another minor settlement. That's going to be awesome. I think there's a minor settlement right over there. Oh, look at, there's a cool little animal over there. Oh, yeah, I can show you what the scanner upgrade does. Okay, so in the last episode, I got an upgrade. I got a scanner module that goes on your equipment, your multi-tool, which is really, really awesome. So actually, if you ever need to move stuff because you don't have enough room, like, hey, I don't like my scanner being right there. You can actually move all this technology. So all you have to do is if you're on Xbox, you press X. If you're on PlayStation 4, you press square. And you can move it wherever you'd like. You can't delete it, but you can move it. So I want to put it there because I have a scanner upgrade. And you need to put your scanner or your like upgrades together. So you put your scanner upgrade next to your scanner. You put your mining upgrades next to your mining beam. Things like that. But here, let me show you what I mean by upgrade. So, we'll just take this random plant. If I scan this plant, I'll earn money because I'm identifying a new plant, right? So let's scan this thing. I got $500 for doing that. That's pretty awesome, right? Well, if you have your upgrades, and it depends on the upgrade. Right now, I have a B level upgrade, which is okay. It's not great, but it's okay. It's better than nothing, but we're going to put it down here. So I've installed it. Now I have a yellow square around it, right? That's pretty awesome. But the better part about that is now if I scan some items, I should actually go into that. You see how it says a significant upgrade to the analysis visor. It'll actually improve your fauna analysis rewards and flora analysis rewards. So now I will get plus 2,000%, 2,800%, excuse me. For my fauna, which is my my animals, I will get plus 2,800 more money, 2,800% more money, and flora I'll get plus 2,600 more. And what that equates out to is it actually, you know, it is a good improvement, but the more you have, the bigger the improvement is. Let's find, what is that? This thing's sleeping? What is that? I think he's sleeping. I've never seen an animal sleep. That's crazy. Okay. Trying to find a plant that I can scan that's the same, similar size. That way it's not, you know, like a trick or anything. Dang it. Now, the one thing that doesn't work is it doesn't change anything for your minerals. So your rocks and stuff, you'll always get 200. Oh, well, let's scan this sodium right here. So you can scan this. Unidentified plant. We know it's a sodium plant, but we'll scan it, and it should be 500, right? I just got 7,000 for scanning that. So I got a ton for that. And so that's why you want to put those upgrades on your multi-tool, and that's why you want to buy a better multi-tool. I got 7,000 for that one. Look at that. So I don't think the size does matter, really. Okay. I thought size would matter. Size does matter for animals. So depending on how big or small an animal is, you will get more or less money. But I guess for plants, it doesn't matter. Look at that, 25,000 for that. See, we're making tons of money now. Before we were getting like 1,000 or 2,000. Now we're getting 7. That's crazy. So there you go. Boom. So yeah, we have all that money. We're good to go. So let's actually check our base computer archives. Now that we have a base and we've claimed the area, so now we're accessing log from a previous user. Entry 492.5D. Storm sweeping across, but construction supplies low. Depositing shelter plans while need to something be back soon. So we have plans. They're going to give us more blueprints. So yeah, we learned how to make a wall. Heck yeah. And then you have your guide that pops up on the right-hand side. They'll say, hey, you know, make a shelter. But in order to... Oh, there you go. Look at this is going to be a big animal right here. You see that? So we'll get a ton of money from him. Watch. It'll be more than 7,000, I'll tell you that. Well, it didn't even tell me. What the crap? It didn't tell me how much I got, just I got a lot of it. That is a scary-looking animal. And he's a predator. Don't do it. That's a scary-looking animal. But yeah, we're going to need some carbon in order to build those things. So we need to actually start mining some trees. Oh, unidentified plant. Let's do it. That way I can get some money. So yeah, let's get some carbon. Really? Really? You going to start that with me? I don't want to have to kill you, buddy. But you're going to make me do it anyway. Okay, that's fine. Wow, it's taking a long time. There it goes. Whoa, what was that? Okay. So I got a whole bunch of meat and a whole bunch of mortite. That's fine. I don't want to, but he forced me to. I didn't want to. I got that. Get these plants. Oh, yeah, and also, dang it, I forgot to show you guys. Okay, I'll show you guys with the next one. You can get multiple materials from certain minerals, certain plants. Now you can see right here, you see how there's it tells you the name, the M. cottonvarium, or whatever it's called. But then underneath that it says carbon and star bulbs. So carbon is what you're going to get a ton of. It will give you a ton of carbon if I destroy this plant. But it'll give me a few star bulbs. And so there's 2 different materials coming from this plant, which is pretty awesome. And you'll see that in rocks as well. Rocks will do that too. Let's keep going. So let's see. Now, if you want to look for them, you see right there it says unidentified mineral. I know I can get ferrite dust, but if I analyze it, I'll get a second material. That's what that second line is. It says analyze with all the question marks around it. So let's scan this and see what else we get from it. We know we get ferrite dust. What else do we get from it? And see, I only got $200 for scanning that, but we also get paraffinium from it. So we get 2 different materials from that rock. So that's pretty awesome. It's good to know, especially if you're looking for stuff. Like some rocks that will give you sodium. Some rocks will give you uranium. So scan stuff before you destroy it. That way you get all the materials. Because if you destroy it and you haven't scanned it, you will not get that second material. It just says, nope, you don't know what it is, so we'll just throw it away. So always scan it. Alright, I think we got enough. Oh, look at there's a little square health box right here. Let's get that. Yeah. That. Damage container. We do not need this rusted metal, so I'm going to throw that away. But we're going to get whatever's inside of it out. And we got condensed carbon. I like it. Oh, and a Corvax casing. Nice. So that's a cool upgrade. Oh, there's a mad animal around here. That's what that red paw means. That means there's a predator. There's an angry animal who is going to attack you. So just watch out for that. Whenever you see those red paws, you just be on the lookout. I think we have enough carbon now. So let's go back to our base. Oh, took some damage. That's okay. It's just my shield. That's okay. We're going to build a cool little... Actually, we're going to clear out some of these plants as well, because I might flatten this out even more. Because the one cool thing about your terrain manipulator, now that we have that, is that not only can you dig down and get some minerals from the earth, from the planets, you can also flatten it out. Like, the other reason why I wanted to be next to a minor settlement is that, look at all the ground is flat. But eventually, you know, you get out to a certain distance, it starts going, you know, starts to be normal terrain again. But I don't want that. I want it to be flat. So let's actually do that. So if we pull out our terrain manipulator, well, let's put some more gas in this thing, more fuel. Let's fuel it up with the silicate powder. That's the stuff you get out of the ground. So basically that's like dirt. And if you press your Y button, you can switch between different modes. Oh, wait, sorry, not Y, B. My mistake, B. So that would be B on Xbox One or 0 or O on PlayStation 4. Now you can change it to say, okay, this is create mode. So I'll make a mountain. And then I have a flatten mode. That's the symbol for flat. You see how it's like right there? It's like a big target almost. That means it'll make everything this, whatever this is right here, it'll flatten all the terrain. As long as you keep holding the button, it'll flatten all the terrain to this. So let's flatten. And see now how it raises just a little bit. So now we're flattening it. And we want to make sure it's all flat around here. And it's okay if we get rid of the grass, because I'm technically going to build a building on here anyway, so I don't want any grass anyway. But yeah, see how it'll just start flattening it out. That way you don't have to worry about the terrain coming back through. Oops, let's keep going. Flatten this all this big area. That way I can make as big of a base as I want. Got it. Alright, that should be okay. Oh, look at, we're getting our milestones. We're good to go. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, that's good. So now we're okay. So let's start putting our foundation down for our building. So if you press up on your D-pad, and if you're on your base area and you press up on your D-pad, you get more options. You see how I have like a wooden right here? I have tech, I have decoration. So let's go to our wooden. So we just learned how to make some wooden panels, either floors or walls or doorways. So let's build a floor. We need to make a floor first. That way we know how big our base is going to be. Let's do that. Yeah. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm weird. I need mine to be kind of symmetrical. So I need it to be, you know, pretty symmetrical. And instead of using this camera, if you click in your, I believe it's left stick. Yep. Click in your left stick. You get an actual free-form camera. So you can actually go away. That way you don't have to worry about running wherever you need to go. So let's do this. That's a pretty good base, right? But because it's even, we're going to have a doorway that's weird. So let's build one more to this. I always want an odd number across and like an even number back. That way it's kind of like a rectangle. It's just me. I know, I'm weird. Okay, so now we have that. Let's build some walls. And the one cool thing about it is, notice how there's a storm brewing, so I should be losing my hazard protection, right? But I'm not, because I'm in a build mode. And so while you're in build mode, you're safe. It's not going to kill you while you're in build mode. So you can keep building. As long as you keep building, you're okay. Now I'm going to run out of materials pretty soon. You see over there on the right-hand side, it says build a wall. It says carbon, 25 of 25, and right underneath it, it says available to build number 2. So So I can build 2 more walls before I run out of materials. So let's do 1, and then... Oh, I don't want my base computer needs to be moved. Dang it. Crap. I put my base computer right in the middle of my doorway, probably. Oh well, I'm gonna have to make the doorway somewhere else. Boom. Okay, so I cannot build any more walls because I don't have enough materials. That's fine. I'm gonna back out, and now the storm will start affecting me, which is pretty awesome, right? So if you need to, just go into build mode if you're near your base, and you could totally do that. But dang, okay, we're gonna need a lot more carbon, so I'm gonna farm some carbon. Hopefully you guys liked this episode. If you did, hit some like button for me. And if you want to see more, subscribe to the channel. I'm uploading videos all the time, and I'll see you guys next time.